People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This is not your ordinary run-of-the-mill mama and papa missionary blogging. This is blogging that takes you on top of the roof or under the cellar with mother hen and the little chickadees. It seems as if these criminal elements, these KILLERS, in a Jamaica are said to themselves, the single and the double takeaway that kind of played out right now, we are going for the double and even Wassara, the quadruple. Such is the case in a place called Crawl, Riversdale, that is in St. Catherine. Don't know if Crawl is in Riversdale or Riversdale is in Crawl, or both of them are joining it in St. Catherine. It is said that at about 2:15 Tuesday morning, meaning this morning, at least three women and one man. The victims, they are 45-year-old Carrion Higgins, 38-year-old Diane Nicola Johnson, she is a helper, the first one is a farmer. A next person, Dorothy Higgins, she is a sister or family member, maybe even daughter of the next person. And the next person, his name is Kevin, known only as Kevin. He is said to be the boyfriend of the helper. People, the description or title might be different. However, those are the three persons or four persons that lost their life. Based on the information, it is said that at about 2:15, some people gain entry into the house through some sorts of burglar bar, them call it forced entry. Some men in a black ski mask with all sorts of tools ask a couple of questions, then they commence to conning up all sorts of people. It is said that the only persons that were spared were the children in the house. However, conflicting, it is also said that next man, he was also spared. When he ran from the house seeking refuge, which the other 5 children also seek refuge, he pretty much fall down when he was explaining his story to everybody. I want you to take a look to what the head of the CCU of the JCF has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
Right, so we're actually in a community in Riversdale that's called Crawl, where investigators are currently investigating a case where 3 female and a male were killed at the house here earlier today. What we know thus far, that sometime after 2, residents reportedly hearing explosions, and the police were alerted. When they arrived at the location, they found 4 bodies, a male and a female, inside the house. They are now trying to ascertain what is the motive behind this incident on this family. We know that at least in the house persons were related. There's a mother and her daughter, as well as the helper and her spouse who was at the house at the time of the incident. We are not sure. The investigators are yet to get any useful information. They are just picking up bits and pieces. They have been talking to persons in the immediate surrounding who doesn't seem to know much about this family, which they describe as a family that's very private and not, so they don't know much about it. We also realize that there's also a farm on the property with a number of animals. So at this stage, the scenes of crime detectives are here. We have investigators from the Major Investigation Division, as well as the St. Catherine North CIB, and they're now looking at the scene to see if it can give any clearer indication. We know based on what they have gathered so far that they may actually gained access by cutting their way through a grill to the back of the premises. That's how they gained access. Inside the house, we see a number of things and containers and drums with substances, so they will be tested to see, what are those substances. But at this moment, it's really about the investigators just trying to find out who the victims are. They'll be doing the profiling of the victims to see if their lifestyle can also tell a story. But it's a very sad situation, and I know they are working very quickly now to get as much information to see if they can get the perpetrators who are responsible for this incident as quickly as possible.
So people, that was the head of the Corporate Communications Unit, Stephanie Lindsay. She gave you what you know so far, no sorts of motive, preliminary investigation. Based upon the information, it is said that the victims were questioned. They were then conned up. The people them want to know exactly who them come for and make sure so them get the target and whoever else. Based on information that I got, it is said that only the children were supposed to be spared. Based upon information, those children escape. Even if the people let them go, they then seeked refuge at a nearby house. The residents then called the po-po. Like I said before, one man in which them hold some sorts of tool on him head. I guess when they question or ask him, he was no sorts of family member, no sorts of relation. Them let him go, him run and drop down in front of a crowd. Based on the information that is out there, it is said that there was some sorts of party down the road, down the lane, wherever you want to call it. So you know, so with party, there's going to be a whole lot of noise. So it seems as if these GUNMEN, it is said to be at least 3 of them in a block, full block with all sorts of tool conflicting. Because people also say them see a whole bunch of people down the road when they went and hit this whole family, try to wipe them out. It is said that this lady or the mother of the family, she's a very nice person. The residents love her, nobody have any sorts of problem with her, hardworking, no sorts of crime producer, no sorts of criminality in the family. However, people, whoever sent them, and I am going to tell you what word on the street is. They sent them with the intention to wipe out all of the adults. Only the picnic were to be spared, and people that don't have any sorts of affiliation, any sorts of link through family, BLOOD, they were also supposed to be spared, allegedly. So people, I let you hear the side of the po-po communications unit through Stephanie Lindsay. I let you hear what some people are saying, meaning residents. And I am now going to tell you the rumors that are circulating out there. It is said that the motive behind this is based on some sorts of stuff the mother and the daughter did to a man who is allegedly a doctor. It is said that that man lost his life. The information is conflicting whether he lost his life at their house under suspicious means, meaning that he was given some sorts of poison. Him drink something and him lose him life. People, me never did it, me only I tell you where word on the street is said. It is said that this family's name was called up and this man have some family member, including a girlfriend or wife, allegedly that lives overseas. She is said to be the one that is plotting or plotted and schemed this whole takeaway. She paid for everything and she sent the people through some sorts of contract. It is also said that this has something to do with some sorts of land dispute, some sorts of assets, some sorts of something. People, you and I know that these criminal elements in Jamaica, they are indiscriminate. However, there is always some sorts of smoke wherever there is any sorts of FIRE. That means something in a something. Somebody must have done somebody something. Not going to say that it is justified the action in taking away 4 persons because of whatever reason. However, people like them say, for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. These people came for the Higgins obviously because it is their house. The helper and her boyfriend was also there. So therefore it shows you are never too careful. You might just walk into something. So it tells you be very careful when you're around anybody that has any sorts of controversy to their name, because you might also lose your life being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right place at the right time for the takeaway people. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, sometimes we have to wonder if the devil is on some sorts of world tour and he stopped in a Jamaica for some sorts of extensive time. It seems as if there is something in the water, something in the food, but the people them seems as if them a get sicker, them a get madder, and them head definitely not any sorts of good. I am speaking about an incident that occurred in a place called Fortland Road that is in Discovery Bay. Discovery Bay is in St. Anne, in which a 8-year-old girl, bright future, Talia Thompson is her name. She was home, and then a neighbor, 27-year-old that lives across the streets. What makes this very disturbing is that this neighbor is said to be a good person. This neighbor always watched the girl, look out for her. There was never any sorts of problem with this neighbor. However, it seems as if him transformed from somebody that was allegedly good, or maybe he just was not caught before, to the devil in disguise. It is said that this man took the girl, R-A-P-E-D, her, then pretty much J-U-C-K, juk her up with some sorts of kitchen utensil. He then put some sorts of homemade device in which he put some sorts of can in a pliers, heat it up and try take for himself. He was not taken out, he was badly hurt. He was rushed to the popo, don't know why. However, this little pitney lose her life. The whole community wanted Jungle justice. However, like most cases, when the popo not supposed to show up too soon, them show up too soon, he was rescued and taken to the place of recovery. He is presently in the popo hands. I am going to let you hear the other side of this person that paints a picture that is polar opposite to exactly what he did to this 8-year-old girl. You're going to hear from the father. You're going to hear from neighbors. You're going to hear from sister. People that know him as one person. However, he would transform to the next. Take a listen, take a look to this beautiful or not so beautiful bean footage courtesy of CVM News. Giving credit where credit is due. Take a listen, take a look.
Him do everything for Talia, everything he do for Talia. I end up Talia.
Another promising 8-year-old's life cut short, this time reportedly at the hand of a relative. The police have in custody someone she trusted and closely interacted with, as did other family members with whom he shared a dwelling. Talia Thomas, who holds the title Mini Miss Discovery Bay, was reportedly raped and stabbed to death on Saturday. The 27-year-old suspected attempted to take his own life. His father, Cecil Ellis, who says he was in bed all day due to flu-like symptoms, recounts his gruesome discovery.
I get up and I go use the bathroom. So when coming back from the bathroom, so I have to pass the in doorway. I said, try, what go on, you alright? He said, yeah man, me alright.
Ellis says after about 10 minutes, he heard his son calling out to him, but he wasn't sure the call was from him until his other son confirmed it.
I said, what happened? And he said, he want to go a doctor. So I said, pull the door. So I stay for a while and I wait for the door to pull and I realize that the door not pull.
A forced entry through another door led them to the disturbing sight.
When I go in, I see him lay down in a pool of. So I said, try, what happened to you? He said, he can't bother with the whole heap of explanation right now. So by the time he use the word, them saying can't bother with the whole heap of explanation right now. I cast ahead of him, realize the little girl around there. So I jump over there now and I try to say, well, and I call her by name, Talia.
Neglecting his son's wound to attend to Talia, Mr. Ellis says his son admitted he was trying to kill himself with a homemade bullet. He says his son later left the family house on a bicycle before collapsing. Started by the incident, the suspect's mother says it was an ordinary day before her son transformed it.
In Goffiar, say him have a surprise for them. But about 4 of them they down there. And in go for the 4 of them yesterday. And the mother tell him say the other 2 not coming because they have their homework to do. So him take Talia Me get fi understand. Carry Talia come up here, have him round the road round this or ride up on bicycle, buy her ice cream and there's something there.
Talia has been described as outspoken and polite, fueled by passion and intelligence. Started by the brutal killing, the family members say they are still in shock and disbelief while pondering the deviation from someone who has no previously or currently known issue. Kimberly Henry, CVM News.
Now people, like them say, this man is a family friend. This man is a friend that they thought they could trust. Well, at least until that day, in which this little 8-year-old lose her life. Him take out the pitney, him have her upon bicycle. I am sure that this is a bright little child, so had he done something to her, or unless she was in fear of her life, she wouldn't have said anything, but I doubt that he did anything. The question I have to ask is, was he praying anything? How is it that the people them know say him come fear is not like him sneak over there and take her away? Him come and ask the mother, he was given permission. I guess the mother was going to work or going to market or something. So him take the pitney, he asked for all 4, only 2 was allowed, at least I know Talia was allowed. And then him just transform just like that. People, me no know, I am not going to take up for anybody, but me just say, is this a case of momentary insanity, or this man was praying and plotting all along? Because obviously he didn't have it planned out too well. The fact that him take with this girl and then him try take with himself, which is in itself a cowardly act. The fact that when the Popo went to the house, they found at least 4 homemade kind of guns. So was he a criminal hiding a wolf in a sheep clothing, or did he just transform? Was it some sort of mad pan spot in chip get licked for whatever reason? People, like them say, a leopard never changed its spots. I guess he was waiting on the opportune moment. I guess whatever was in his chromosome or gene, it just came out and his natural instinct took over from the good person to the bad person that he actually is. People, me no know. All I know that this is confusing. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.